Benedict Cumberbatch. You know the name, you know his voice, you know his face. Starting with Sherlock, his star rose to worldwide phenomenon levels that have resulted in him also playing characters like Khan, and, of course, the good Doctor Strange, who was recently dusted. He was obviously has been in a lot of films, a lot of TV shows, and instead of ranking a film series or TV series, we will be ranking the top 5 performances by this extraordinary actor. So, on this LRM Ranks It, join me because the game is afoot. Benedict Cumberbatch has been a favorite of mine, basically going back to Sherlock. You could call me a Cumberbitch, or, I mean, he hates the term, but it's the term for us fans, you know? Or as Kevin Smith would say, a Cumberbiatch! He's been in a lot of stuff. He's been in a lot of historical dramas. I've seen a lot of those dramas, but I'm not a historical drama guy, so we're gonna go, like, straight for the blockbuster shit today, folks. So, without further ado, here's my number 5, or 5th, favorite performance by Benedict Cumberbatch. That's right, at number 5 I have Smaug the dragon from Hobbit, An Unexpected Journey. Now, this is one of the rare cases where I'm not a fan of the film, but I truly enjoyed the performance. Yeah, I'm not a fantasy guy. Love the first Lord of the Rings, but I'm not into Game of Thrones, so shoot me. Shut it off now if you want. Please don't. Please don't. But, he delivers in that movie. I think the 2 most enjoyable scenes in that movie involve Gollum and Smaug the dragon, and he crushes it. If you haven't seen the behind the scenes features, he is not only the voice for this incredible character, but he's literally in a motion capture suit crawling around the ground like a lizard. Impressive, Mr. Cumberbatch. My number 4 performance is from the film Doctor Strange, though I am not talking about Mr. Doctor, Stephen Strange, any of that. I'm talking about Dormammu. For those of you not in the know, you're likely in the know if you're watching this, or on LRMonline.com, where this video is. He actually voiced Dormammu, the main villain that Doctor Strange traps in a time loop. Dormammu, I've come to bargain. Yes, it kind of shows the duality of Strange, with Benedict Cumberbatch playing himself and killing himself countless times on camera due to the magic of CGI. My 3rd favorite Benedict Cumberbatch role is one that's going to make you all freak out, turn off this video, because I'm of course talking about Khan! Now, the film is not the best. It copies the original Wrath of Khan in a weird way, and what I like about it is that Benedict Cumberbatch is not doing an imitation of Ricardo Montalban. Instead, he brings a certain coldness that he brings to most of his roles, yet empathy, and kind of the best way, and the best Star Trek villain, I think, is this version of Khan, as much as I love Space Seed and Wrath of Khan. He cares about his crew more than anything else, even though he's also diabolical and squishes a guy's eyes out. You should have let me sleep. But, the performance is great. He gives a great monologue about his crew, and with Kirk would do anything for his crew as well, all while looking out a window into space, actually crying, not crying because he's diabolical or for the benefit of Kirk, Spock, and Bones. Again, you might hate the film, but it's really hard to hate the player in this situation. My number 2 favorite performance, which I could have swapped with number 3, but I kept this number 2 to not piss you off too much, is the good doctor himself, Dr. Stephen Strange. Yes, this is the big time if you're making a Marvel movie. It's fantastic. He's really good as Doctor Strange. His American accent's a little iffy, but it is based on Harrison Ford, which is something I always appreciate. Just a fun film. And it continues over to Infinity War, where he has some of the best lines, gets to attack Thanos with like hundreds of himself. He gets to peer into the future and see there's only one outcome where the Avengers can possibly defeat Thanos and save the world, which did not happen in Infinity Game. That being said, he is one of the more interesting Marvel characters, but he's also very relatable and becomes a better guy by the end of his first film and an essential part of the Avengers pre-dusting. Alright, this brings us to my number 1. We're in the end game now, but before we get there, let's do that plug-in. I need to talk about, of course, this show, LRM Ranks It, out every Tuesday on LRMonline.com. You can find it on YouTube. You can go to our site and find it. It's Kyle's baby, but he couldn't be here again this week, so it's all up to me on the special edition of Nick Ranks It. Also, find the podcast every Wednesday, the day after this comes out on Tuesday, where I will be, or Kyle or whoever, has a more in-depth, hour-long conversation about 2 people's rankings normally. In fact, the video normally has 2 people. So tomorrow I will be having on Tanya to discuss her 5 favorite Benedict Cumberbatch roles. And spoiler alert, she hates Khan. Also, while you're at it, check out my podcast where Tanya often appears, Breaking Geek Radio, the podcast. We release every Monday on LRMonline.com and anywhere podcasts are listened to, with the exception of Stitcher. Sorry, Stitcher. So let's do it. Number 1, elementary. It's Sherlock Holmes from BBC's Sherlock. Man, oh man, no one has played this character better, and there have been many iterations of the character. I don't know what the order was between this and the Sherlock Holmes movies with Robert Downey Jr., but I believe it is Cumberbatch who really brought the role back to audiences. I was skeptical at first when I heard about it, because I'm like, modern day Sherlock Holmes, who cares? But this Sherlock texts, he does everything modern, Watson writes his blog, and again, Benedict Cumberbatch is perfectly cold, calculating, high-functioning sociopath who is able to solve his mysteries and still does have compassions for his friends, like Dr. Watson, played by Martin Freeman. So, let us hope that Everett Ross, played by Martin Freeman, and Doctor Strange, played by Benedict Cumberbatch, get a team-up movie in the MCU so we can get more Sherlock. And with that, I've ranked all 5. Those are my 5 favorite. Check back tomorrow for the podcast with me and Tanya, where we will probably spend most of the time arguing the merits of Khan from Star Trek Into Darkness. And I'm at LRM Nick. Find me on Twitter, tell me how wrong I am, tell me how much you hate Khan, and I'll throw it back in your face. So without further ado, adios.
Hey everybody, did you like what you just watched? Do you want to see more? Check out the other great videos available here on the LRM Online YouTube channel. Also, go check out our website, lrmonline.com, to see all the great stories that we publish every day.